welcome to Down the Vent.
Hola!
I'm Joe,
I'm Josh.
and today we are going over,
Our 10 things to prepare for Gen Con.
yes, this is the top 10 things you need to do, as far as we are
to
concerned,
prepare for Gen Con.
to be ready for Gen Con.
Yeah, it's what, 31 days? 30 days? 31
it's the first
days?
weekend in August,
Yep.
right? So it's coming up here soon.
Oh,
it's
man.
just the end of June here right now when we're recording this. So
Yeah.
So this is pretty valid, I think, for any year you're going to Gen Con if you find this in the future. But
For sure.
we're going to go over and see if we can get you guys as prepared as possible. Because this is our 5th year. Right?
Yeah.
So we've been a few times before, and we've learned from our own mistakes because we did not watch videos like this. So
Yeah, I still make mistakes every year.
all right, yeah, we do. It's a learning experience every year. So
Yeah.
are we ready to get to the list?
Yes.
All right, let's get to it.
No. And my number 10, or our number 10s, well, it's mine first.
Yeah, it's yours first.
My number 10 to prepare, bring comfortable shoes.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, do people complain about not having good shoes? I know we had somebody that didn't bring good shoes one year and complained the whole entire time.
Cried.
So it's good to have a backup pair of shoes or a comfy pair to switch into when you're in a hotel. Yeah.
I always bring 2 pairs.
Yeah.
Because just to keep
Switch them out,
Yeah, switch
yeah.
them out. Because if one pair of shoes hits one part of your foot, maybe the other
Yeah.
pair doesn't, type
Yeah.
of thing. So it's good on the second day because it is 4 days of constant walking. So
Yes. Or if you're there Wednesday or even
yeah,
Tuesday,
5 days. Yeah, or Tuesday, depending when you get there. So all right, that's a good one.
Yeah.
My number 10 is print off a hall map and know where you need to go. I can't stress that enough. The halls are giant. There's like 6 of them. And the vendor hall alone, if you need, say you want to find, Finance Fantasy Flight's a good one, easy one to find because they're giant. But
Yeah.
like, if you want to find a smaller publisher or like, if you're looking for a specific game that someone made, if you don't have that map, you're doomed. Like,
Yeah.
you'll never find them.
Yeah.
There's like 30 some rows of publishers.
Yeah,
So
it's crazy.
have a map if you know a specific game you want to get, or you have a list of games that you want to get. Map out the route to these places so you know where to go and where to turn.
For sure.
Because you get there and there's 1,000 or 50,000 people in your way. You're not going to be able to pull a map out in the middle of the hall. So
No,
that's
not at all.
that's our number 10.
And my number 9 here is to bring a backpack or something to carry stuff in. Yes, some vendors give out bags, but I learned that if you load those bags up with too many games, they do rip. But yeah, have a backpack. They're good to carry stuff in. Good to, I have other things on my list to put in said
Put
backpack.
in the backpack? Oh,
Yes.
okay, yeah, okay.
But yeah, backpack, something to carry stuff in. Carry your games in that you're buying, so then you're not arm holding, 20 games out the hall.
Don't bring the suitcase things that roll. I
No.
hate those in the
Oh.
hall.
You end up tripping over them. People, they're just in the way.
I've seen someone like trip over someone's and like knock all their games off of before too.
Yeah.
Like they're it's too busy for that.
Yeah.
Like okay. Anyways.
Yeah, so that's my number.
That
9.
backpack. I always have one on me, so
Yeah,
I agree
so
with
do
that.
I.
My number 9 is don't schedule yourself too heavy. Like, so don't plan out every minute of your day. Make sure you leave time for breaks and like just to chill or to go to the bathroom even. Because we went one year and we literally booked ourselves in back-to-back events and we found ourselves skipping them because we forgot to book time to eat.
Yep.
Or to just go chill and go to the bathroom for 5 minutes.
Like, oh my God, I need to pee. Well, we don't have time to pee.
Yeah, literally, we were running from event to event because, sure, the event ended 10 minutes early, but it took 15 minutes to get to the next one because it was on the opposite side of the hall or
in a different building.
Yeah, in the Lucas Oil Stadium or something. So definitely leave some time for yourself just to get to where you need to go.
For sure.
That's our number 9s.
So my number 8 is kind of in junction with Joe is schedule some free time. Schedule some downtime, some rest time, It makes a difference. You can't just drill in. I mean, some people can just do games 24/7, 4 days straight, but...
Yeah, and you always see them on Saturday sleeping on the couches in the hallway.
True. But yeah, schedule in some rest time, just break here and there, or break it between games, or just time to recoup or just, food time, bathroom time, stuff like that, like we already said.
Yep. My number 8 is bring healthy snacks in a backpack, because I didn't include bring a backpack. I just assumed that people would do that. Bring healthy snacks in a backpack because the convention hall is just full of junk. And it's expensive junk, and it doesn't taste good either.
No. And if they have a Red Bull, plan on paying $7 for that Red Bull.
It's expensive. I mean, and healthy snacks could be like beef jerky, anything just to kind of like a granola bar, things like that. I'm not saying like bring carrots.
Yeah, don't put junk in your body because you're gonna feel like junk later.
Yeah, it really just eating healthier does help you just last longer and have a better time. So that's our number 8.
My number 7 is an emergency pack. Kind of in your backpack. Like an emergency pack, i.e. water, a phone charger, some meds, Band-Aids, hand sanitizer. You're in a convention hall. Having some headache medicine is good to have. You just done burnt out playing too many games, or you played a game with somebody that caused you a headache.
It'll happen.
Having that Motrin or that little emergency pack is nice to have. Or, like I said, a phone charger if your phone dies, you have way to get back to your hotel via calling
an Uber or whatever.
Or whatever, yeah.
I'm glad we did this together because I completely forgot about hand sanitizer. That is like essential.
Yeah, keep your hands clean because there's.
Because even if you're just, think of how many people. Think of how many people are touching those board games that you just touched, and how many people don't wash their hands when they go to the bathroom.
So that's my number 7 emergency pack.
Okay, my number 7 is similar to Josh's number 10. Bring some comfy shoes because you're walking a lot. So we already covered that, but we can't stress how important it is to have.
You don't want blisters.
No, it will ruin your whole week, and you paid a lot to be there. So don't bring brand new shoes that you just bought because they're going to be awesome. Make sure they're broken in before you get there.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Brand new walking shoes are not good to walk in.
Nope.
Gotta break those in.
All right. Well, that's our number 7s.
My number 6. Hygiene.
This is to prepare for Gen Con?
Yeah, well...
it's important.
Yes. Prepare for Gen Con. So, bring soap. Obviously. Deodorant.
I usually bring an extra stick in my backpack.
Yep. Sanitizer. Like we were saying earlier. But even things that you don't think about. Maybe baby powder for chafing.
Baby wipes.
Yep, baby wipes, just in case if you get stuck in, long sessions and you're sweating a lot and clean up.
So gross.
Or maybe you just need to feel a little bit cleaner when you're using the bathroom.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
And I also bring toilet paper. That's part of my hygiene kit in my backpack. Because those bathrooms might not get refilled with toilet paper when you think they need to be.
All right. My number 6 is save money. You'll be spending a lot there. If you buy new games or going out to eat, the food trucks are expensive.
Yeah, they are, and they take forever.
I like to bring cash with me just because it's easier. Like, especially when you're going to buy a game, there's a giant line for credit cards, and there's no one paying with cash.
Yep.
And the guy will be like, $50, you hand him $50 and you're gone. You're done with the line.
Yep.
They actually... Paizo walked down the line and was like, do you have cash? Do you have cash? They actually had a person just taking cash to the line to get people out of it. On the same respect of that, if you're going to bring a credit card and use that, call your bank beforehand and let them know. Because when you're swiping at all these different board game vendors, one's based out of Florida, one's based out of California, it's going to trigger your bank real quick to lock your card down, and you don't want that.
It's going to look weird when you dump 50 in New Jersey and 60 in California.
10
and
seconds
60
later,
in Germany.
They're going to know real quick that something fishy's going on. So make sure you call them beforehand and just let them know not to lock your card that week or whatever. So, that's all I got for number 6. So let's go on to number 5.
And my number 5 is to prep for long waits. If you plan on going to like some of the bigger events, like your Dice Tower podcast or any of those, or like the
burlesque show.
The burlesque show, you're going to be sitting there for
1 or 2 hours.
1 or 2 hours if you get in line, or also be prepared to wait in line for food trucks for lunch if you plan on getting food truck food. So, plan your events accordingly, and then also bring a small game. Play a game while you're sitting there. That's what we always do. That's another good thing about that backpack. Bring a small game, love letter or whatever.
Yep.
Some of the Paco Gum games are really nice because they're small. They can fit 2 to 4 people. Well, bring a small game. Burns that time when you're kind of stuck there for a half hour waiting on food or an hour.
Yeah, and any of those events that you go to, like the Dice Tower podcast or the Burlesque show, it's not stadium seating.
No.
So if you're 10 rows back, you're behind 10 rows of people, so it's hard to see. So that is just a fair warning. Get there with lots of time to spare if you plan to go to those things. But all right, my number 5 is schedule with your group. Kind of know where and when you can meet and stuff like that, especially if you're not doing the same events. Because if you just say, yeah, we'll just meet sometime for dinner, you'll never find each other.
No.
And service is not great in the hall because there's 50,000 people trying to hit the same towers.
And it's a giant brick building.
Yeah, so you might never even get the message until you leave the hall 3 hours later. So
your phone, I got a text message from Joe.
Yeah.
Where are we eating lunch?
We've had a schedule set up, I think, since the events went live in May, and kind of knew where and when everyone's doing stuff, so that way we know when we all have free time and where to meet up for dinner. So pretty much just make plans, or if you don't want to see your friends, don't.
Yeah, if you see them enough and this is your break.
This is your break from them, then don't make plans. So, all right, that's our number.
It's better to know where they're at. Then you can
then you can stay away. All right.
That's why I knew that, Joe.
Yeah.
So my number 4 is one of Joe's. It's bring a map. Have a map on you. Plan where you're going. There's times when we went before and we didn't really plan anything, and it was kind of like we had no idea where anything was at. It was like so overwhelming. You were flipping through a stupid book that they give you, and it's like 5 pages long of maps, and I was like, I don't know where anything is. So if you know you're got this event, know where it's going to be at in advance, and keep all that stuff down. Or when you're trying to run for games at the very beginning opening, or know where your games are being sold at. Like, I know this is being sold by Rio Grande or by Guillotine Games. You know where, or Cool Mini or not, you know where those are at in the event hall. Mark those down on your map and go,
I literally highlight a route I will take.
Here's my entrance that I'm coming in. I need to go here, here, here. It's just good to have a map. They also have the bathrooms on them, so that's a plus also.
Yeah. And if you ever need to move quickly, go further back in the hall.
Yep.
The further back of the hall you go, the less people you'll see. Like, especially back behind Artist Alley, there's like no one back there. So, are we on number 4, right?
Yes.
My number 4 is look through the events if you haven't yet, and try to find something new that you've never done before. We found some really cool games doing that in the past, and it's always neat just to pick one new thing a year at least, and
or
try
even
it out.
Go down to playtest other people's games.
Yep, there is an option to that. You just buy like a ticket for a couple hours and
Yep.
go in there. Just try something new.
And it helps the industry, help somebody else out that's looking for help with their game.
Yeah, and I really do recommend events, especially with how big Gen Con's gotten. If you think you're going to play games in the hall where they're selling them, you're going to have a bad time, because we maybe played 2 last year, and then we wanted to play another, and it was like, well, we just started to be about 30 minutes, and then you can try them like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I don't want to wait in the
hall. The hall's only open 8 hours a day. Like, that's a lot of time to sit there and wait, and when you could just schedule an event and show up at a time and play. So.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So my number 3 is plan events.
Oh, there you go. See?
In years past, we didn't plan any events at all, and it was kind of like, once the hall closes, it's kind of like, oh, what do I do now? I don't know anybody here.
Yeah. You could play the new games you bought if you bought any games, I guess, but then you're going to sit there and learn them as you play type of thing, which isn't my style.
Plan events for those later hours in the day when the hall's not open. You have obviously Werewolf, which is a big one, or 2 Rooms and a Boom. They're always going on late at night. There's just a bunch to do event-wise, all 24/7. 24/7. So
literally all night.
If you want to get up at 2 a.m. and go do an event, I'm sure there's something for you.
Yep.
But plan your events. plan time-wise wisely. So
Yeah.
don't do back-to-back. One ends at 2 o'clock, the next one starts at 2 o'clock, because you're just not going to...
No.
It's never going to work. It's
No.
never going to work. You don't want to show up to a game like a half hour late. Then you're
That's because they already explained the rules.
They already explained the rules, or they just bumped you out and had other people that had generic tickets sit in.
Yes, that is legit. If you don't show up to your events on time, usually after about 5 minutes, if someone's waiting to play, that your spot's gone.
Yeah, because we've had that happen where we sat down and we started to play a game, and we had 2 other people, and they're like, we have generic tickets, we want to learn this game, do you guys mind if we sit? And we're like, well, we've been here for 15 minutes waiting, so sure, come on. And then somebody showed up 20 minutes later, and we're like, I'm supposed to be in this game with you guys? And we're like,
Yeah,
we
sorry.
started like 20 minutes ago, sorry, man.
Yep. So, I mean, that's just courtesy, though, right? Don't be
Yeah.
late for something when you have 5 other people waiting for you.
Plan your
know?
advance, plan accordingly.
Yes. My number 3, and I kind of rank these in things that are, the number 1's more important for me.
Okay,
So number 3 is toilet paper.
there you go.
In previous years, we've had major issues with the stalls being completely out of
Yep,
toilet paper
yep.
in the event hall. Last couple years, we haven't had that problem.
No, but...
But if the year we don't bring toilet paper,
It's
will be the
gonna be-
year we have the problem again. So it's legit to bring toilet paper. They've been doing a lot better, like I said, lately. But
Yeah.
man,
if you catch them on a down year, or, you know...
or just a really busy time, and you
Yeah.
have to go. Literally, all the stalls were out of toilet paper one time, and
It's crazy.
we saved our own day by having
We
some in our
saved
backpack.
own butts, as
We
they
saved
always say.
our own butts. Yeah, we held on to our butts and we saved them. So yeah, toilet paper is, you gotta have it just in case. I
Yeah.
mean, even if you don't use it, it doesn't weigh much. So
No, and even if you don't have to bring a full-on roll, just bring a half roll, quarter roll, you know,
Yeah.
whatever you...
Just something,
whatever
just in
you
case.
use.
especially if your hotel's not close.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, for sure.
especially if you're eating the hall in the
Yeah, that was like our
center.
first 2 years, is we would go out, we would eat and then have to use the bathrooms there. We didn't have a close hotel, so
Yep.
it was... Maybe that was an issue, that we didn't have a close hotel.
Yeah, now that we do, we don't use them, right?
No,
So,
not that I still use them, just not as often.
Yeah. All right. Well, on to our number 2s.
Yes.
All right.
My number 2 is have a home base. Like Joe was kind of talking about earlier, is have a place to meet up. Have kind of like a local spot or a local get-together. Like, hey, we're all in an event center buying our games. When we're done, meet here. Or, hey, after you go to your halls, meet me by this spot. Or let's meet in the food court area. Or meet by these stairs or something. Place to have a home base to meet up is good. Because like Joe said, you're not going to have service. You're not going to be able to text each other or even hear that your phone went off.
Yeah, you can't hear each other when you're talking on there.
So have a home base. Have a home base. It's good. It's good thing to have.
And then go to the home base and stay there and wait for people.
Yes, you can't just go and then leave.
Well, no one else was here for 30 seconds, so I left looking for you guys, and then you never find each other.
Yeah.
We had that issue last year, but hey, we eventually found each other.
Once again, we've learned from our mistakes.
Yes. Okay, my number 2, pack a small game or 2 to play while waiting.
There you go.
I always have Hive at
Yeah.
every convention I go to in my backpack. Hive is great because it's like, it's like plastic tiles.
Yeah, they're like.
So like
yeah.
even when we're like waiting at dinner or whatever, drinking or just outside,
It's not gonna matter if
it
someone.
won't
gets
blow
spilled on
away. It doesn't matter if it
Yeah.
gets wet. Like, yeah, it's a perfect game for that type of environment, and it comes in a little bag, so I just toss my backpack. But we've met a lot of new people actually doing that as well. Just
Yes,
pulling out a
yes.
game while we're waiting in line for the burlesque show or waiting
Yeah,
in line
but
for
they're
Dice
like, oh,
Tower.
what is that? That looks cool.
Yeah,
Like,
'cause they
come on
didn't-
over and learn it.
Yeah. So I highly recommend always having a small game or 2 on you. And I mean, it's Gen Con, right? So.
My number 1. You ready?
Yeah.
One most important thing.
This is your most important. Okay.
Most important thing. Prep for Gen Con. Get a close by hotel. Oh my god.
Really? That's
Oh
your
my
number
god,
one thing,
dude. Such a big difference from years past for us.
huh? Yeah.
Like having a hotel, like join the lottery and get a hotel close. It just driving 30 minutes in, having to park in a garage or find parking, and then you're stuck there. I mean,
And it's still like $30 a day for parking.
Yeah.
So
And then you're stuck there. Or, I mean, in years past, we would bring a cooler in the van with food and stuff, so we'd go eat in the van. But then you're going back to that van, and it's not
Sitting in the
comfortable. Yeah, sitting in the heat. Having a room close by, within walking distance, is nice. If you need to take a break, go back to your room for lunch, take an hour break.
it really helps you de-stress too, not being around
man.
all those people.
Yeah, it's just, and just to sit down on something comfortable, or even to lay down and stretch out on a bed for a quick second, or, you know, if you need to take a shower in the middle of the day, you have that
Yeah.
ability. Or, I'm pooped, guys. I'm going to stay here for 2 hours and take a nap. You guys go ahead without me. I don't have anything planned. But we did it 3 years without a hotel nearby, and
Last year was our first time we had one.
like, and then you have to plan when you're going back. Like, hey, everybody, we're going back at this time. You have to wait for everybody's events to end if you only have one
oh
car.
yeah, if you ride together, yeah.
Or, I mean, obviously, there's Uber and stuff nowadays, but if you're coming as a group and leaving as a group, it's kind of that thing where you come as a group and you leave as a group, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you want to do this till 3 a.m.? Well, I guess I'm stuck here till 3
Just
a.m.
sitting.
when you're done.
Mhm.
So, having a room close by is, okay, you're done at 3 a.m., well, I'm going to bed at 10, so peace out.
Right. Don't wake me up when you get
Yeah. So, or if you have somebody that doesn't like to go out drinking and you want to go out drinking and enjoy the city, once again, you have the ability to walk back to your room and play, you know, close by.
Yeah.
So, number one for me, hotel close by. Man, love it.
in. All right. My number one thing is to leave some time to just look around the hall.
Yeah.
I can't stress how important that is. You think you know what's all there. There's 30 plus rows of hundreds of vendors.
Yeah, a vendor doesn't have just one game that is sitting out. It might be one game you're interested in, but they have,
Yeah.
you know, 10 games that they're out demoing, and I'm sure you don't know all 10 of them.
Yeah, and not just in like even the hall, like the exhibit hall, but like the other halls too. There's like
Oh, yeah.
there's so much cool stuff there. There's miniature painting going
Mhm.
on, and like all this. There's like sweet painted miniatures because they have like contests
Yep, they
there
have-
and things like that
they-
that you can just check out. And
Yep.
there's so, like we literally find new stuff every year that we didn't know even happened at Gen Con.
Yeah.
Like there was a costume contest. We had no idea about it for like the first 2 years
Yeah,
we went.
and we
And then
went.
there's a costume parade every Saturday. What?
Yeah, we were always in events during it.
Yeah.
We didn't even know it had happened, and then last year we went to it, and it was awesome.
It was really cool, yeah. So just leave some time, look around at random stuff, and
Yeah. Meet people, talk to people, be friendly.
check through the guide that they give you when you get there. The whatever it's called.
Yeah, the almanac, I think.
It's a giant book. It's like 300 pages, but it's pretty sweet.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
can find a lot of information there, and we never think to do that until Saturday
yeah,
or Sunday when
yeah.
we're driving home. We're
Yeah.
like, what? This is going on?
I missed this!
Oh, we'll have to remember to do that next year.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
one person walked by it randomly.
Yeah.
During, yeah.
So
Did you guys know that they have a Iron Mail knitting class here?
Yeah,
I'm
right.
like, what?
yeah, exactly. So there's something literally new we find out every year, but yeah, if you don't leave time for yourself, you never find that. So.
Exactly.
All right, well, that's our top 10, well, 20 really, things,
Yeah.
20-ish.
My
things,
10, your 10.
Yep, to do to prepare for Gen Con.
We had some crossovers.
We
so
did, a
that's
few. Do you think we're right
good. Yes.
or wrong?
What's your number one?
Yeah, what are some things you do to prepare for Gen Con if you've ever been, or if you haven't, are you preparing for your first one?
Yes.
Shoes.
Shoes.
Toilet paper. Yeah, I guess leave us a comment on what you would think we did right or aren't doing right.
Yeah. Give us your tips.
Or if you have a good tip that we didn't list, maybe we need to know about it.
Yes,
So,
yes.
Until next time, I'm Joe,
I'm Josh.
and you've been watching Down the Vent. Bye.